A lot of people think they are prepared if things get bad. I wonder how many people are actually prepared. How many people will be able to perform basic tasks? Will you be able to poop in a bucket when the you know what hits the fan? Seriously, will you be happy while sitting on a bucket doing your business when times get difficult?
Live a happy, freedom, life.
The question you need to ask yourself is, are you really, and I mean really, prepared to live self-sufficient? Even maybe primitive. After you run out of toilet paper, and you will eventually, do you know which leaves that you can use to wipe your butt and which ones you might want to avoid? My butt was falling asleep. It feels good to be standing up. Okay, I know that I'm picking on a big group of people, and it would be easy to think that I'm kind of making fun of them because I've never been big on the concept of commercialized prepping. Sure, prep for the short term, be prepared for whatever might happen where you live and in your life. But in my opinion, too many people are preparing for Armageddon disaster. You know, the end of life, the end of civilization as we know it. Buying buckets of freeze-dried or dehydrated food, buying a giant first aid kit, and hey, they think that they're ready to go. They think they are preparing. It is what it is, right? Make sense? Let me know. Share your thoughts. What I'm talking about is a way of life, living a self-sufficient, simple country life. So, what should you do? Make preparing part of your everyday life. Being prepared isn't buying buckets of 25-year shelf life foods, an emergency first aid kit, and a solar-powered smartphone charger. That ain't it. It needs to be part of your daily life. If you've been following our adventures for a while, you know before moving to our homestead, we lived on a sailboat full-time for 9 years. 9 years. Rationing everything, that was just normal, especially water and electricity. It eventually becomes normal where you'll no longer think about it. This is why you need to live it and not just prepare for it. While living on the sailboat, I would make my morning pot of coffee, and as soon as it was done brewing, I shut off the coffee maker to conserve electricity, and I poured the coffee in a thermos to keep it warm. What will you do for water? Learn where to find and how to purify water. Funny how it's easy to overlook water when all your prepping is going on, but it's most critical. Do you have a well? Do you have a creek or a pond? Can you use the water that you have available? Learn what edible plants live in your area. Berries, roots, leaves. What can you eat that is growing in your own backyard? Is a pretty flowering shrub only something to look at, or can you eat it? Become skilled at plant identification. Learn gardening. Grow your own amazing and tasty foods. It's a skill that needs to be cultivated. See what I did there? Garden, skill, cultivated. What are you going to eat when you run out of your buckets of freeze-dried and dehydrated food? And learn to can and preserve foods. Yeah, this is an old-fashioned skill that our grandparents needed, but it is a good life skill for you to know. Do you know how to process animals? Chickens, rabbits, guinea fowl, fish, wild game. Do you know how to get it from the outdoors to the dining room table on a plate? Have you ever prepared game before? Have you? This is about you being prepared with simple, everyday, hands-on choices. Actually doing all of this day in and day out. Live life each and every day because we only get so many trips around the sun on this rock. And develop prepping self-sufficient skills is part of your everyday life. Make preparing part of your daily routine. It's not something to purchase and put on a shelf in the closet. Nope. Most of us keep deferring life, dreaming of the day that we'll have the time to do what we really want to do. Other folks talk about prepping and preparing for the economic collapse and the end of the world as we know it. My goal is to live life to the fullest no matter what's going on in the world. Excuse me. Not just prepping for an event like the end of life as we know it. Living a self-sufficient, simple country life. Walking the walk every day. It's about living life each day the way that you want to live. My thinking, a simple, self-sufficient country life is just good, common sense. Will you be able to poop in the bucket when the you-know-what hits the fan? Pardon me. Make up your mind to be happy. Don't let the busy, crazy, here comes the collapse of civilization as we know it world dictate how you live your life. Don't do that. You get to decide how you will live your life. Live a happy, freedom life. Freedom!